Let's see. I've been having issues. There it is. All right. So please do me a favor. Oh, wait. This is Phoenix. Sorry. Please do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. This is the Love Life Tarot deck. And this is the the Lover's Oracle. The Lover's Journey Oracle. I don't know what's going on. And also the Messages of Love. We also have 100 Ways to Win at Love. So I guess this is about love, right? And that is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pull first from the Messages of Love by All Things Intuitive. This is the Love Life deck, Love Life Tarot deck, but I don't think that they're on Etsy, but they discontinued this. Look it up, Google it. You can find it on one of those off-site brands like an Alibaba type brand, but I bought it on Etsy, so I'm not sure how that goes. There's patience and self-care that you need to focus on. So the way this read is going to go, we're going to discuss the topic, which is patience, right? Patience, everything will unfold in divine timing. We're going to discuss this topic. We're going to understand the journey with this topic and the lesson, right? If I said that right. And then we're going to understand the lesson, the journey, and the topic, which is patience, right? Towards the end of the read, we're going to pull from the crystal deck, which focuses on the chakras. I'm also into the 4 agreements right now because we have to practice the 4 agreements. That's a part of it. But, again, we have to learn what codependency is in order for us to understand where the 4 agreements come in at. I guess that's how it goes. So at the end of the read, I'm going to pull, what I'm basically saying is I'm going to pull from the 4 agreements. And at the end of the read, we're going to release the negative old energy with an affirmation that I mustered up from the Game of Life and how to play it. So those are the homework assignments that I want you to go and try to figure out. There's audiobooks on YouTube. If you're listening to me, you can go listen to the audiobooks. I want you to do that so that you can understand where my journey has been and how I've gotten through this acceptance and have integrity when it comes to my twin flame. So you have to ask yourself in any situation, even if this is a twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection, but you have to ask yourself if this align. Does this situation align with your values and your morals? That is with any situation. And then once you figure that out, then it has to be some type of acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. You also have to ask yourself, is this a situationship or is this a relationship? You have to distinguish between the hurts that you're putting yourself through by you making assumptions and taking things personally when it comes to the 4 agreements and understanding what codependency is. Damn it, I can't make this up. See, the reads come out the way they're supposed to, when they're supposed to, how they're supposed to. Sometimes I have to sit down and, gather my energy back up. Not saying, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I have to gather my energy in order for me to come over to my desk and read these cards. And so that's with all the respect that I have for you guys, and I also have for myself. I'm going to respect myself enough to know where my boundaries set or where they lie at, where I need to sit back and refresh or recharge. And that's the things that I want you to do. And that's called learning to love yourself and accept the things that you cannot change, or, that saying, right? But it all starts with self-care, and also to have patience with yourself and your journey. And your healing journey. I'm going through a healing journey too. I'm learning not to be codependent on my kids. That's the hardest part of life right now. But I'm honest and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you guys because we're all going through some type of codependency, and that's the reason why we're looking for answers. Anyway, you have to figure out if this is a strictly sexual relationship, if you accept it, if it's aligning with your values and your morals, and is it a part of your self-care? Or, how I always say that you can be with people who complete you or deplete you. If this is something that's depleting you, it just being strictly sexual, then it's time for you to actually start questioning certain things. But that also goes with knowing that everything will unfold within divine timing. So be patient. Be patient for the lesson. Be patient for the journey. Understand the lesson, accept the journey and the lesson, but learn from it. Old Rafiki says you either run from it or you learn from it. And that, my dear, I've chose to learn from it. So I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect. And I say, I don't take anything personal. Oh, I do. But I also do make assumptions. But I also have to gather myself back up when it comes to me accepting the things that align with my morals and values. Does that make sense? And so that is why I say the things that I say, because I've been there. Those feelings that you feel, I understand. Whether it has to do with the person, place, thing, or a situation, or if we're not going through the same exact thing. It's the feeling that we as cancers, and I'm not just going to say cancers because it could be cross watchers, but it's the feelings that we get, that voice in the back of our head that we tend to ignore, which is our intuition on why we choose to keep putting ourselves in situationships. And we find people who deplete us and not complete us. And that all comes with you learning to set boundaries, but also knowing the different perspectives that you can feel when you're going through it. Because sometimes when you're going through all of this pain and the journey of being a Queen of Cups, the empathy that you have for people. Come on, I can't make this stuff up, you guys. And it kind of came out sideways. Let's just say it came out like that, right? So Queen of Cups energy. I want to explain to you exactly what these cards mean so that when you hear the Queen of Cups, you'll know that she's an empathetic, loving person. You already know that because that's who you are, right? Not he or she, because it's not gender fluid when it comes to tarot. But if I say that's because I'm used to saying it. But the empathy that you have, the sacrifices that you make, and the patience when it comes to a person, place, thing, or a situation, the patience, the acceptance, right? But when it comes in the reverse, you start to feel like it causes insecurities to make you feel like you're in this dark hole, or, it's just the mystery of the what ifs. And that's when you decide to be hurt from the past, right? And to have anxiety for the future of what you think it could be, and not live in the moment right now. I can't make it up. There you have it. So that's just how I see this energy, right? And that's what I want you to learn. I want you to learn to love yourself. Yes. Look at that card. That is the Ten of Wands energy. If you guys understand what the Ten of Wands is, this is burdens, but it came in reverse. So this is because you're stressed out, you're burnt out, you're under pressure, you're overwhelmed. You don't want to take on any more burdens. And so either you accomplish the burdens, which you always do, and then there's either no perspective of why you keep taking on these burdens. So I want you to unlearn to relearn on why you're not going to take on all the burdens, and you're going to set boundaries. Does that make sense? And so with that being said, that's why I say you have to be patient and realize that everything happens within divine timing. The Queen of Swords just tried to come out too, but everything happens within divine timing. And so at that same time, you have to understand where your limits are. And, this connection is passionate, but not enduring. That's when you decide if you want to go in hermit mode because of the conflicts that are here. Come on now, the hermit mode in the upright, it says sometimes you need to withdraw in order to rediscover your own rich inner world through tranquility, meditation, and reflection. Okay? But it being in reverse, the hermit energy being in reverse, is just letting you know that there is some type of, you're recognizing, when it comes to feeling alone. You could be around somebody and doing the things that they want. We don't want to play video games, but we do it because this person wants it. Or we don't want to feel like we're playing kid games, but we do it because, we want to be happy and we accept the way this person is, right? But people don't accept us, right? And so that is why you have to sit with everything and go from there. Look at that. Now you have to determine the Knight of Wands energy. Listen, the Knight of Wands energy is my Drake energy. You have to determine if you're going to go through this situation by being stagnant or realizing that you only live once. If you're going to keep being a hangman energy, because see, the Knight of Wands energy says, let me find it. Oh, there it is. I know. You only live once. Be bold, be fearless, do what you love. So are you doing what you love, or are you accepting things? And you're not taking care of yourself, because you're wanting this to happen, but this person isn't on the same page as you, or people aren't on the same page as you. Then you have to go around and wonder, is it cold outside or warm inside? Or is it hot inside and colder outside? Backwards. Sorry. Hold on. Is it cold outside and warm inside, or is it cold inside and warmer outside? You have to decide if this is what you want when it comes to that being unsure. You understand that? And so that is why I say to you, look at that, King of Wands energy. Yeah, and sometimes you have to end things. The death energy, right? Listen, this is how we feel when we're in our feelings, right? The death energy. And it just says, embrace change and let go of what no longer serves you. Death is not the end. It's a transformation that brings new beginnings. So these are all the things that you're questioning. Your patience. Why are you being patient? Are you being patient for something that's strictly sexual? Or are you being patient for something that is going to come to an end? But then the magician energy comes sideways and all the other ones come up right. So the magician energy says using knowledge to manifest change, right? So if you're using the knowledge to manifest change and you're steady manifesting things, but the magician energy needs clarification, right? So if the magician energy needs clarification, in the reverse, it's manipulation, it's dark powers. So remember I said that dark energy, and then or going into hermit mode, right? Or dealing with a narcissistic person. So you're all in your feelings about, should I stay or should I go? Is it cold inside as well as being warm outside? Is it warmer? Does it feel better being outside of the house than it does being inside of the house? Or is it cold outside and warm in the house? Like you feel warm and cuddly. But if that was the case, that's my phone blinking off and on. So nothing is happening over here. But, and so these are the energies that you feel. But it also comes with, receiving bad news because the insight and knowledge to know what's causing you sadness. So you could be finding something out about a person, of what they're doing, and feel like everything is ego when it comes to dealing with this person. This person, place, thing, twin flame, or whatever it is, has an ego issue. And the King of Wands energy lets you know that and you're asking and you're questioning, are you the true leader or are they the true leader? A true leader leads from the heart, inspires others to do more, dream bigger, and be better. Is this the person who is inspiring you to do more, dream bigger, and be better? Because you're always receiving some type of news, burdens, conflict when it comes to this person, and you're always unsure about the situation. So this is where the patience come in at, but it also starts with you accepting that everything happens for a reason. Is this the reason why you were able to focus on self-care, clear your energy field, and focus on yourself before acting? Were you able to do that with this person? Or did you have to end it before you did this with this person? Has this person always been a true leader? Even though you feel like this is a divine counterpart connection, has this person always been a true leader? Or has it been bad news and also ego when it came to dealing with this person? Is your integrity being put to a test? Does this situation align with your values and morals? You have to ask yourself these questions, because if it did, you wouldn't be in hermit mode or unsure, or it wouldn't be cold inside, and you wouldn't be able to have this blockage or to feel like you're dealing with a narcissistic person or somebody who is manipulating you or something like that. Does that make sense? And so that is where you're asking yourself, am I in my Drake energy? The Knight of Wands energy? Am I being impatient? That's what you're asking. Am I being impatient? Am I angry? Is there arguments in the situation? Or is it in that self-confidence mode where it's like the motivation and you only live once. Be bold, be fearless, do what you love. Ask yourself what you're feeling when it comes to this situation. Or are you accepting that everything happens for a reason, and at the same time, the burdens that you don't want to take on, because you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you're burnt out, there's pressure around you because you're so empathetic that you're not even able to put into yourself. Make sense? So these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. Are these aligning? Is everything will unfold within divine timing, But it takes for you to learn to love yourself and to practice self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. Just because you feel this way, don't mean you say something and you can't take it back. Because this is what they do. They operate in ego. That's you operating in ego because you're upset. Look at the cards come out. Yeah. Unveiling the layers. So when you learn to unveil the layers of what it is that's going on, that's what we're doing right now, right? You're slowly unfolding love, getting to know the soul. You're learning your soul, and therefore you're going to make this person learn theirs too. Because you're going to end that energy that they're used to. And then they become mesmerized by you. A deep, intrigued, captivating aura. They become mesmerized by you, and the conflict looks crazy now. In our wildest dream, rebellious love, going against the grain. Love and happiness. Something that can make you do wrong, make you do right. Hey. Oh, y'all know I can't sing. You know, that's the love and happiness of the situation. In our wildest dreams, this twin flame energy is the love and happiness that we go through. Do we understand it? No, not when we're going through it. I will never forget you. Remembering precious moments, grateful for the journey. Exactly. We're learning about the journey. But in the journey, it made us learn to love ourselves even more. The hermit mode, wanting to see if we should go in the hermit mode, wondering if this is a hot or cold situation, wondering, are you over it? Are you overwhelmed? Wondering, are you, dealing with, the Knight of Wands energy when it comes to all the arguments, impatience, and anger, wondering if this is going to be a relationship, or asking yourself, is this aligning with your values and morals? The waiting heart, one-sided feelings, other half missing. Are you in this situation alone? Do you feel alone? Do you feel alone? Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that. My nephew came in. I've been having kids all weekend. Let me just tell you, I have kids all the time. The kids love me. My grandbabies, my great grandbabies, my nieces and nephews. I don't have great grandbabies. I'm sorry, I'm not that old. Anyway, my grandbabies, my great nieces and nephews, my house is just the open door of everything, and my kids. So, and everybody, that's just it. Only family, but I don't have company, but that's just how I roll. But anyway, so back to, all of these energies, them being mesmerized by you, they'll never forget, because see, this is where the waiting heart is, the one-sided feelings, the other side, the other half missing. Those are the things that the layers are unveiling, that you need some type of situation that aligns with your values and morals. But that's what you clearing your energy field and focusing on yourself before acting. That's called sending strength and healing, period. That's it. And knowing that you cannot control nothing, not the past and not the future, and only live in the present moment. So this Drake energy, you got to get into it. You only live once. That's my motto. Every day. You get what I'm saying? That is where you have to get into that bag of understanding that this person, anybody, and that's the cockiness that you have to have. Nope. You know what? They're going to miss me when I'm gone with somebody else, right? And so that is the confidence that you have to have. That's the acceptance that you have to have. But that's self-care. That's learning to love yourself. Whether it's a twin flame or not, you have to know if these things align with your values and your morals. Those are the things that we didn't learn when we were younger. So we're unlearning to relearn our feelings, not our parents' feelings, not our friends' feelings, not our teachers' feelings, not what we learned in school, not our religious beliefs. Everything we have to learn right now in this present moment. And that's the reason why we're so confused, because we're trying to please people. We're trying to help people. We're trying to be accepted, respectfully by the people that we love, because we know what we bring to the table, but they cannot see it until we're not around them anymore. Now or never. No more time to waste. Desperate measures. So you're saying not necessarily no more time to waste. I don't have time for conflict anymore. I don't have time to do the things that you want to do. Respectfully, I did them because I saw that we could be more. But it's now or never. This conflict comes with you knowing that we'll never forget each other. Respectfully, I send strength and healing to you, period. But it's either now or never. It's an ultimatum that you're having with yourself, not with this person. That's the difference. You have to have it with yourself, not with this person. You cannot wait for this love to come back. The only thing you can do is send strength and healing. The hurtful part of it is that you know that you did everything you could. And that's with the 4 agreements. Always do your best. You know you did. You have nothing to be upset about. Unless you didn't. Keep evolving. Lessons in progress. Spiritual guidance. I'm not making this stuff up. Keep evolving. And that's where the conflict comes in at, because the self-care is telling you to keep evolving. They're going to be mesmerized by you. The burden's here, feeling like you've been taken for granted. Keep evolving. Time keeps slipping. Endless waiting and long separation. Until they understand that they have one-sided feelings and they're missing their other half, which is you, the time is going to keep slipping. A year go by. That's why when the pentacles come out, each pentacle is equivalent to a year, respectfully. That's the patience that you've had for the situation until you become a fireball. The next one, unconditional karma. Now, I don't really believe in this. I believe that what you put out, you get back. So as long as you did your best and you gave a perfect love in order to receive a perfect love, the universe has a funny way of dealing and doing. Now you have to be patient with it because it's not going to happen overnight. Just because you feel like you healed something, that healed thing that you're going through, somebody will come back and try to test you. That person will come back and try to test you to see if they still got it. Make sense? So, guilty conscience and bad blood. So sometimes when they say that now or never, or them being mesmerized by you, they're going to try to test to see if they still got it. That's the uncomfortable karma that they have to deal with, not you. So we send strength and healing, period. That's it. No explanation. You're not going to go tell this person, I'm on my healing journey. I recognize what a true twin flame is. I recognize what a soulmate is. If you want to explain, I'm loving myself. I'm learning to love myself. Period. That's it. It may sound corny to some, and they're going to be like, learning to love yourself. Child, bye. But you're going to be like, yeah, and it feels so good. And then when they realize it feels so good, then they're going to be singing, reunited, and it feels so good. And you're going to be like, I don't know how to stoop down to your level anymore. Respectfully. I love you too, but now what am I supposed to do when I want you in my world? That's the song. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. No hard feelings. You get what I'm saying? That's where that comes in at. Because you did everything you could. This is from the Intuit Oracle. Oh, my cards are not in reverse. We don't pull these in reverse anyway, but I'll read it to you. The Fox. See, here, let me read it. Before we move on. Card number 14 and number 9. The Fox. Self-interest. Exactly. Stealth, deceit, trap, redhead, cunning, sly, crafty, sharp, sleight of hand. Something's not right. So that's when you realize that it's sneaky shit going on. And we have the I thought we did 5 of Swords, ego, and the conflict, 5. We have the 5s out, okay? So that's where you realize that it's some sneaky shit that you have to realize. You have to see if this aligns with your values or morals. And that is when, even if this is a divine counterpart, you got to focus on self-care and keep evolving, and it's just going to be that because it's taking you out of your elements. It's changing you to be hatred and to be a hatred, to have hatred in your heart. And that's not where you are. Bottom of the deck is the treat. Listen, grounded, fertility, lineage, health, vitality, roots, personal growth, past lives, evolving. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Come on, y'all. I can't make this up. Evolving, connecting to source. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to say it no other way. You are the tree of life. I want a tattoo with the tree. I like when they have the roots. Have you ever seen the roots? The person have the trees with the roots at the bottom. I just don't know what kind of tree I want. I like the evergreens and stuff. Anyway, back to, maybe I'll make it simple and get the tree of life. So, snowflake, perfect, precise, coded, cold. Yeah, hot or cold, in or out. Handle carefully, crystal, design, gentle, fragile, unique, pattern, exquisite in details. You're paying attention to the details. That's retrograde right now, but you're paying attention to the details because you're asking what are your values and morals. And this time you're okay with asking yourself, child, this could be a childish person, could be dealing with somebody that you have a child with, or it could be, somebody needs to heal childhood trauma. Beginnings, innocence, brand new, creativity, spontaneous, carefree, inexperienced, tender, new perspective, and a boy. I'm telling you, when they realize the uncomfortable karma is coming from them being the spontaneous, coming and going, runner and chaser, inexperienced with love and how to love, but a boy or a child. But the beginnings come when they find a new perspective because they realize about one-sided relationships now because you're giving them and that's the karma. You're not doing it purposely. You're doing it to heal yourself, to help yourself. You're finding out where the layers of hurt and pain are coming to. You're getting to know your soul, like it says. The death energy. Again, embrace change and let go of what no longer serves you. Death is not the end. It's a transformation that brings new beginnings. You don't want just sex. Sex ain't better than love. Trey Songz. You know? And so here it is, the swans. You want a soulmate, the twin flame, the one, a pairing of things, right? Deep soul connection. It says that somewhere around here. Know the soul. It has somewhere around here. Anyway, deep soul connections, blooming love, faith, divination, and fluidity. I think I said it right. Fluidity. Swans, you want that perfect love. But there's no love that's perfect. It's you learning the boundaries and setting them and learning. Everybody doesn't have the same love languages. One day we'll get to that. But no, everybody doesn't have the same love languages. And when you realize that, then you'll be a lot more understanding when it comes to people's ships. But in the process, ships, you're going places. You're on an adventure, a vehicle, vacation, trip, enterprise, movement with the wind, swift, travel, and overseas. Water energy, but going with the wind. You're not going with the flow. You're going with the wind now. Maybe dealing with the Gemini. You're a water sign. Not saying that. I'm saying it's about you. You're moving forward without this person, without waiting on this person anymore. That's what the hermit mode taught you. To live. You only live once. And to keep that as your motto. The Drake energy. That's what you came out and you learned from that situation. I'm going to pull from the 100 Ways to Win at Love. And then I'm going to pull from my 4 agreements and then the spiritual AF deck to see what comes out. Really blunt energy, but it's what you need sometimes. Are they truly the one? Are you wishing they were? I mean, I can't make stuff up. Resist pushing buttons. So here, you know there are triggers that can get them, but avoid pushing those buttons no matter how badly you're tempted to do. See, Cancers, we don't get mad, we get even. So we will push our buttons when we reach this certain energy of feeling not accepted. When we realize that we did everything that we could. Are they truly the one, or are you wishing they were? Ask yourself if they are right for you. Ask yourself, are they right for you? Letting go of someone who is never easy, but it's harder to put your all into someone that isn't bringing the best out of you. A one-sided relationship. So that's what you need to ask yourself. Now let's pull from the spiritual as fuck deck. I be having to grab all this stuff. So the spiritual as fuck deck. We're going to try to get one card to see. Yep, there it is. What message comes out? Don't be an ungrateful shit. I don't know. It says, seriously, if you're reading these cards, you're privileged as fuck. You can read. Reading is super effing fantastic. It says, think about how many generations of people didn't get to read. Yeah. We're not completely effed. We know how to read. So, hey, don't be ungrateful shit. We got to figure this thing out in love. We got to figure out what aligns with our values and morals. We have to accept that everything happens for a reason. We have to be patient, and we have to realize that we might have had a better childhood than this person. I'm just saying, a lot of people that can't read get taken advantage of. A lot of people that can't read are embarrassed to say what it is that they're going through. Be grateful that you can read. I'm going to go ahead and pull from my little 24. I said I was never going to say that, but I said it again. Y'all, that's how my brain works. I'm talking to y'all and things are coming through. This is my empath oracle. I created these 24 different emotions on how I feel when I'm questioning my values and morals and how I feel right now, right? So the empath oracle is by me. One day I will. The guardians. I always know that at the end of the day, I'm looked after, and I know that the universe has my back. And if I can't count on anyone, I can count on the sun, the moon, and the stars to come out at night, right? And to come up in the morning. If that doesn't happen, I'm screwed. But I also can count on myself. But the way that I keep my energies going is because I know that somebody is watching out for me. The other card that comes out is the vision. I have a vision to see things, to put things together, to also tell a story that I feel like I need to tell. And that is the universe blessing me and me blessing the people. And I'm not being grateful for the things that I have in general. And also because I love to love and I love to give love. But if you're in my life or you're in my circle, you guys are in my circle, whether you know it or not, I'm giving you my energy. That's because I love you. And I understand, and I want you to understand where I went through and how long it took for me, not how long, but how I got to this situation or to this journey to where I am and where I'm able to say no, because it's a full sentence. And that's because I love me. And when it got dark and when I felt like I had to go into hermit mode and I felt like this is the energy that I felt. See, but the death energy, the death energy is followed by the sun energy, growth, right? And on top of that, it's about friendships, connections, right? Friendships, connections, and love, right? And then on top of that, if you're still willing to surrender to an experience or a situation, then it won't end this way. It won't end and begin this way. Now, the universe, again, has a funny way of bringing love to you. It might be a person who you felt like was your twin flame, or they might not be. But if you send strength and healing, period, to this person, they'll let you see what real love is and what a true leader is. And that's what you got to understand, right? So I'm going to pull from the 4 agreements. Hold on. All right. I can't grab them. Where they at? Okay. In here is these 2 cards. The Language of Letting Go by Melanie Beattie cards. I might read those if I feel like it. But anyway, this is the 4 agreements. Okay. All of these cards come out because somebody needs to practice the 4 agreements. All right. Don't take anything personal. It's here. Everyone lives in their own dream. Listen. It says all people will live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. Our world isn't like everyone else's. Everybody has their own intentions, and so somebody's intentions are not yours. So that's why it's not good to make assumptions or know that you did your best. Anyway, the 2 cards come out. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personal, and be impeccable with your words. These are almost all the 4 agreements. The next one is always do your best. Anyway, don't take anything personal. Refuse to eat the emotional poison. It says taking things personally makes you a prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat the poison. And that is where this twin flame and what they say and how they accept you and everything that you do and how they make you feel and why you have to end the things that happens is because they're feeding you poison, whether you know it or not. Respectfully. Be impeccable with your words. Realize the power of your word. It says your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the power that you have to create. It is a gift that comes directly from God. If it comes directly from God, be impeccable with it, I guess. And then also send strength and healing, period. Nothing else behind it. None of the negativity with it. So anyway, be impeccable with your words. Don't assume nothing. Don't make assumptions. Assume nothing. It says if any kind of relationship, in any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think and we don't have to say what we want. We assume that they are going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and think, how could you do that? You should know me. You should know. So again, I always say that to you guys because the 4 agreements is we're making assumptions that somebody feels exactly the same way we do. We keep going through this relationship making the assumption of this person will end up liking the same thing we want or wanting the same thing without us even saying it. But when this person says this is what I'm used to, that is what they're used to. Bullshit. But at the same time, respectfully, that you have to know that what you have to set your boundaries and say, this is what I want. Moving forward, that's it. And if they don't like it, then I'm sorry. As much as you feel like this is your twin flame, they don't want what you want right now. I guess I see you next life. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. That's why I say that. Ask for what you want. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. So again, when somebody says no to you, and you're like, that's cruel. But when you say no to somebody like this is how you feel. This is why you never say no. So if you learn to say no and to be impeccable with your words and not take anything personal when they say no to you, you will be okay with saying no and not feeling like you're being facetious or that you're being mean. Because this is how you feel when the death energy. Every time you say no to somebody, it's like, embrace change. Let go of what no longer serves you. Death is not the end. It's a transformation that brings new beginnings. So if you say no to them this time, they won't ask you again. Does that make sense? And if they ask you, it's because they don't care about what you say, because they know that you haven't set any strong boundaries. Does that make sense? I'll read these two cards. Freedom is a divine right. The other one says, all my relationships are harmonious. Yes, all my relationships are harmonious. Listen, freedom is a divine right. It says, I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. That's you learning where your morals and values and morals are. All my relationships are harmonious. When we create harmony in our minds and our hearts, we will find it in our lives. In the inner creates the outer always. Again, I'm going to read that. When we create harmony in our minds and hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer. Remember that one of these cards here says that you need to, what you look on the outside, you need to feel on the inside. The inner creates the outer always. You get what I'm saying? That's the language of letting go by Melanie Beattie, her card. So now we're going to pull from the crystal deck. Oh my God, 36 minutes. I feel like I'm giving you guys enough messages so that you can get through. Oh, Jesus. I didn't mean to say that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about all of the chakras, because I'm pretty sure. Yep, all the chakras. The pyrite, which is right here. This focuses on all the chakras. Can you see it? Yeah. Anyway, crown chakra. All right. The first chakra we're going to talk about. Your spirituality, your selflessness, and your wisdom, your belief system, how you feel, what you believe in. Sometimes we have to unlearn to relearn our belief system that we were taught as children and the way people made us feel as children or as an adult, how they made us lose our values and morals by how they felt and not cared about how we feel, right? That's the crown chakra. So we change our belief system in order to align with our values and morals, right? We're impeccable with our words. We don't make assumptions and we don't take anything personal, and we know that we always done our best. That's our belief system. That's what we believe in, those four things, right? Not just those four things, respectfully, but the third eye chakra is your intuition, your perception, and your understanding. If those are blocked, you are not able to see the things and feel and understand why people perceive you in a different light. So, or why you perceive certain things to be a certain way, or you make the assumption that things are going to be the way that they are. And so your third eye chakra, when those are blocked, your intuition is off. Your throat chakra, you're not able to communicate. You're not able to communicate. You're taking things personal. You're not able to express yourself or to trust in what you're expressing yourself with. So when you say no, you're like, never mind, I'll just go ahead and do it. You're not standing on your boundaries. And so that is when you're not able to communicate or believe what you're saying and why you're saying it. You're not able to express it and to trust in, that because you think you're going to lose a person, then that is when your throat chakra is blocked. You got to work on that. Your heart chakra is your ability to love, to be harmonious, and to forgive. When you send strength and healing, period, and you understand that this journey that you're going on with this person, it's because you're not taking anything personal, and you're not taking anything personal in the beginning. But in the beginning, you're not taking it personal. But down the end, you start to because you make assumptions on what this person or how you want to be with these people and how these people should be and how they should treat you because you weren't impeccable with your word. So you're eating their poison based upon you know, your ability to be able to love and be harmonious and to forgive everybody like you did in the beginning, right? And so then with the solar plex chakra, when your optimism, your clarity, and your personal power has been made you feel like this, you lose that, and therefore you go on and you stay in hermit mode. You stay in hangman mode, and you go into hermit mode and you're afraid to come out because you aren't you lose your personal power. Does that make sense? But when you realize there's the growth, and then you know realize that the endings come by you know, growing from the experiences, right? And then with the solar plex chakra, the sacral chakra, that's when your emotional and your confidence and your intimacy, the way that you believe in love and the confidence in yourself and your emotions are all over the place. So that's when you start to go into hermit mode, because you start to get way down because you're taking on the burdens of everyone else. Remember, the Ten of Wands in the reverse said here that you're burnt out, you're under pressure, and you're feeling overwhelmed. And so once you get out of that situation and you go into hermit mode, then you'll start to understand why those chakras are there, right? And then root chakra is your ability to be stable and survive and to ground yourself. If you're all over the place, you'll start having financial issues, money problems, and things like that. So the pyrite, right? The pyrite deals with all chakras, your prosperity, protection, and vitality. It says, I succeed in all my endeavors. As long as you keep a positive mind, you focus on those chakras, then you'll succeed in all your endeavors. The jet deals with the root chakra, the ability to support, release, and purify you, right? It says, I am filled with clarity and positive energy. As long as you understand where your values and morals are, and you're able to speak your mind, and you know what self-care is, and you learn to love yourself, then I am filled with clarity and positive energy. And then the bloodstone, it detoxifies, ground, and heals. It deals with your heart, solar plex, sacral, and root chakra. The affirmation says, I live in the present moment. You're living in the present moment. I cannot keep repeating that to you. You're not focusing on the past hurts. You're not focusing on the past, which is causing you fears. You're not focusing on the what ifs, the future energy, which is causing you anxiety. You're living right now in the present moment. How you feel as you hear this, and what you need to do to move forward in order to align with your values and your morals, and understand that everything happens, whether relationships, when people see the beauty in you, it might happen, but the way the universe works is it happens when you ground yourself and when you understand that you have to evolve, you know, and that you are the connection to the source, which it says here, but you have to have healthy boundaries in order and be the root and build your own foundation when it comes to dealing with anybody or any situation. Don't let anybody trick you out of what you've grown to become right now in this present moment, right? The champagne tourmaline, it deals with your root chakra. Again, the ability to ground yourself, to be stable, and to survive all adversity. And it says, facing issues, clearing, and stability. I address issues as they are easily resolved. Now you're back to the 4 agreements, right? When you say no, you're not going to take anything personal about their response behind you. You're understanding that you're not making assumptions on how they feel about you, but you were, at the end of the day, impeccable with your word. So I address issues as they are easily resolved. You're living in the present moment. I am filled with clarity and positive energy. No matter if you have to say no and separate yourself, I succeed in all my endeavors. That is what you're doing. The peridot deals with the heart and the solar plex chakra. This is protective, letting you know the universe has your back. That's why I always tell you, my guardians always have my back, and they always give me guidance, right? They always give me guidance, and they always have my back. So when it comes to the heart chakra and the solar plex chakra, protective, purifying, and healing. You're healing constantly, daily. You're not going to ever feel like you're not protected anymore, because you know that at the end of the day, you can count on the sun, the moon, the stars, and yourself, but you have to protect your energy. You have to purify yourself and heal, because you have to accept that everything happens for a reason, and that you have to be patient that everything happens and will unfold within divine timing. You cannot rush this thing called growth. You just cannot do it, right? And so that says it is safe for me to detoxify and heal, and that is what you're doing. You're detoxifying and you're healing from this energy. Does that make sense? Orange hearts in the comments if you made it this far. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Now, since this focuses on all the chakras, I'm going to hold the pyrite as we release all the negative energy that we have faced in the past. and we move forward in the present moment, and we're not worrying about the future and what ifs of the future. We're just going to move forward from that. So I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or situation. I love you guys.